Spartacus. The name echoes through history, a whisper of rebellion, a symbol of defiance, a legend shrouded in mystery, cloaked in the mists of time. We know little of his origins, his early life lost to history. We know even less about his life before the arena, before he became a symbol of resistance. But his fight for freedom? That is the story that has endured. That story has resonated for centuries. Spartacus was a gladiator, a warrior, a slave forced to fight for the entertainment of Rome, yet he yearned for freedom. But he was also a skilled warrior, a charismatic leader who inspired many. He dared to challenge the might of the Roman Republic, a seemingly impossible feat. His rebellion, though ultimately crushed, left an indelible mark on history, a legacy of defiance. Spartacus's story is not just about a slave revolt, but about the fight for human dignity. It is a testament to the human spirit, a beacon of hope. It's a story of courage, of standing up against oppression, a story of defiance in the face of insurmountable odds, a fight for freedom. His name has become synonymous with rebellion itself, a symbol of resistance. But why does this gladiator, who lived over 2,000 years ago, still capture our imagination? What makes his story timeless? What is it about Spartacus that continues to inspire hope and defiance, even in the modern world? The answer lies in the timeless nature of his struggle, a fight for freedom and justice that transcends time. To understand Spartacus's rebellion, we must first understand the world in which it erupted. This was a world teetering on the edge of chaos, where the old ways were being challenged by new forces. It was a time of great change and upheaval in Rome. The city was expanding rapidly, and with it came growing pains that would shake the very foundations of the Republic. The once mighty Republic was crumbling from within. Political instability and social strife were becoming the norm, eroding the unity that had once held Rome together. The gap between the rich and the poor had grown into a chasm. The wealthy elite lived in opulence, while the common people struggled to survive in squalor. Conquest and slavery fueled the Roman war machine. The Republic's expansionist policies brought in a constant stream of slaves, who were essential to its economy. Millions of slaves toiled on the vast estates of the wealthy. These estates, known as latifundia, were the backbone of Roman agriculture and wealth. These slaves, stripped of their humanity, yearned for freedom. Their harsh conditions and brutal treatment made them ripe for rebellion. The Roman Senate, once a symbol of stability, was now rife with corruption and ambition. Senators were more concerned with their own power and wealth than the needs of the Republic. Politicians were more interested in personal power than the well-being of the people. This self-serving attitude only deepened the crisis. The army, once the pride of Rome, was increasingly made up of landless poor, loyal only to their generals, not to Rome itself. This shift in loyalty would have dire consequences. It was in this cauldron of social unrest that Spartacus's rebellion ignited. His revolt was a spark in a tinderbox, ready to explode. His revolt was not an isolated incident. It was part of a larger pattern of resistance against the oppressive structures of Roman society. It was a symptom of a much deeper malaise afflicting Roman society. The Republic was in crisis, and Spartacus's rebellion was a clear sign of its underlying vulnerabilities. Spartacus was a Thracian, a skilled warrior captured and sold into slavery. He ended up at a gladiatorial school in Capua. Life for a gladiator was brutal. Every day was a struggle for survival. Yet Spartacus possessed something more than just brute strength. He had the heart of a leader. In 73 BC, Spartacus and a small group of gladiators dared to escape their captivity. Armed with nothing but kitchen knives and sheer desperation, they overpowered their guards and fled into the slopes of Mount Vesuvius. This small act of defiance was the spark that ignited a rebellion. Runaway slaves flocked to Spartacus's banner. Shepherds, farmers, and gladiators, all united by their hatred of Rome, joined his ranks. Spartacus's army, swelling with every victory, was not just a mob of angry slaves. He imposed discipline and strategy, transforming his followers into a formidable fighting force. Section 4. A bloody path to freedom. Spartacus's rebellion caught the Romans completely off guard. They severely underestimated the slaves' strength and resolve. Initial Roman attempts to quell the uprising were met with fierce and unexpected resistance. Spartacus's army, employing guerrilla tactics and exploiting the Romans' overconfidence, inflicted humiliating defeats on several Roman legions. From the volcanic plains of Vesuvius to the snow-capped Apennines, Spartacus led his army to victory after victory. He consistently outmaneuvered and outsmarted his Roman pursuers. His numerous victories sent shockwaves through the Roman world. But Spartacus knew that time was not on his side. He understood that to truly break the chains of slavery, they had to escape Italy. His ambitious plan was to march north, cross the Alps, and find freedom in Gaul. Section 5. Echoes of Spartacus throughout history. Spartacus's rebellion, though ultimately crushed, resonated far beyond its time. He became a symbol of hope for the oppressed. His name, whispered in hushed tones, became a rallying cry for those who dared to challenge the powerful. Centuries after his death, Spartacus's legacy continued to inspire. During the French Revolution, revolutionaries invoked his name as they stormed the Bastille. Karl Marx hailed Spartacus as a champion of the proletariat. In the 20th century, freedom fighters from Nelson Mandela to Ho Chi Minh drew inspiration from Spartacus's struggle. His story reminded the world that even the most powerful empires could be challenged by the collective will of the oppressed. Even today, in the 21st century, Spartacus's spirit lives on. From the streets of Cairo to the squares of Hong Kong, his name is invoked by those fighting for freedom and justice. Section 6. The Unbreakable Spirit. Why does Spartacus still hold such power? What is it about this gladiator that transcends time and geography? The answer lies in the universality of his struggle. Spartacus's fight was not just about escaping slavery. It was a fight for dignity, a fight for freedom. These are universal aspirations. They resonate with people across cultures and across centuries. Spartacus's story reminds us that the human spirit cannot be truly broken. Even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, hope can endure. Even the most powerless can rise up and challenge the status quo. Spartacus's rebellion might have been crushed, but his spirit of defiance lived on. It lived on in the hearts of the oppressed. It lived on in the whispers of rebellion that echoed through the ages. Section 7. A legacy forged in rebellion. Spartacus's story is a stark reminder that freedom is not a gift. It is a hard-won prize, often paid for with blood, sweat, and tears. It is something that must be fought for, tirelessly and with unwavering resolve. His rebellion serves as both an inspiration and a warning, echoing through the corridors of time. An inspiration to those who fight for a better world, a world where justice and equality prevail. A warning to those who would seek to enslave others, reminding them of the inevitable rise of resistance. We may never know the full story of Spartacus, the man behind the legend. The details of his life remain shrouded in mystery, lost to the sands of time. But his legacy is not about historical facts alone. It is about the power of the human spirit, the unyielding desire for freedom. It is about the enduring hope for a world free from oppression, a hope that transcends generations. Spartacus's name will forever be etched in the annals of history, a testament to his indomitable spirit. He will be remembered not as a defeated slave, but as a symbol of resistance, a beacon of hope for the oppressed, a light in the darkness, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the flame of freedom can never be truly extinguished, always burning bright in the hearts of those who dare to dream.